So you've applied for your dream cabin crew job, whether it's with Emirates, Etihad, or Qatar Airways, and now you're refreshing your email like crazy, hoping for that golden ticket. But hold up. What do all these confusing application status updates even mean? In this video, I'll break down every possible job application status, what it really means and whether it's a good or bad sign. And hey, even if you're applying for other jobs or jobs outside aviation, these statuses still apply. I previously made 3 videos explaining the application status with each of the 3 airlines, that is, Emirates, Qatar, and Etihad. However, in this video I will explain all the statuses all together. That way, it will reach most of you. The reason why I have decided to do this is because I have so many cabin crew applicants asking me about the meaning of various Emirates application statuses on the video I talked about Qatar or Etihad. I have tried to answer the majority, but there are so many. Again, most of them ask about a status I have already answered in the video or the comment section, so before you ask, please check out whether there is any other applicant who had asked a similar question. But again, I will always try to answer everyone, too. Okay, let's get into it. So, our very first status is application acknowledged under review. You will see this status majorly with Qatar. This means your application has been successfully received, and the recruitment team is now reviewing it. They are checking if you meet the basic requirements before deciding whether to move you forward. Good or bad sign. This application status is neutral. Your application is still in the running, but there's no guarantee you'll progress. Be patient. Next we have application received. Those who have applied with Etihad, you will see this a lot, and by the way, when applying with Etihad, be patient. Their hiring process can really take long, especially if you are doing the entire process online. This status means your application has successfully gone through the system. The airline now knows you exist. Is this good or bad? This is neutral, it just means they got your application. The real game starts after this. In most cases you will hear from Etihad in 7 days, 2 months, or longer. If your CV met all the basic requirements, you will be shortlisted for the next stage, and your application status will be assessment in progress. And that's when they will invite you to do the video introduction interview. If your CV didn't meet all the basic requirements, you will receive an email that your application was not progressed to the next stage of the recruitment process, and that's when your application status will be unsuccessful or rejected. Next we have under review or application under review. This means the recruitment team is looking at your application. They are checking if you meet the basic requirements. Good or bad? This is a good sign. Your application is still in the game. But don't get too excited yet. It could stay in this status for days, weeks, or even months. Next, we have assessment in progress. It simply means you've moved to the next step. The airline is likely shortlisting candidates for tests, video interviews, or assessment days. Is this good or bad? Definitely good. It means they see potential in you. Be on the lookout for an email inviting you to an assessment. As mentioned, you will see this application status mainly with Etihad. Before we continue on the list, please note that this channel is not sponsored by either of the airlines, and subscribing and giving a thumbs up really helps me a lot. If you're enjoying what you are learning in this video, please like and leave a comment so that YouTube will show this video to more future cabin crew like you. Again, I am not in a position to hire anyone to work with these airlines. All I can do is help you with all the information you need to know when applying to these Middle East airlines. To apply, you do not send your application via email. All you do is apply online through their official website, and everything is free. I will share the links to their official websites in the description box, so be sure to check them out. Next on our list we have interview in progress or interview in process. These two mean the same thing. If you see this on your application status, it means you've made it past the assessments and are now being interviewed. This could be a video interview, a face-to-face interview, or a final interview. Good or bad sign? This is great. You're getting closer to the job. Just make sure you prepare well. This is a crucial step. Next on our list we have under consideration. This means the recruiters are still deciding whether to move you forward. You're in a waiting period while they compare you with other candidates. This status is neutral. It's not a rejection, but it's also not a guarantee. If your application stays here for too long, it might mean you're on hold. Next we have onboarding. If you have this as your application status, Congratulations already on getting this far. It's only a few who get this. This status means you got the job. You're now completing paperwork, medicals, and background checks before starting your training. Is this a good or bad sign? This is the best status you can get. Congratulations, you're about to become cabin crew. Next on our list we have talent pipeline or pool of candidates. This means you met all the requirements but they don't have an immediate opening for you. Instead, they've put you in a waiting list for future vacancies. Is this a good or bad sign? Well, it could be either, as you're not rejected but you're also not hired yet. Stay patient and keep checking your email. Next we have no longer under consideration. Unfortunately, this means you didn't make it to the next stage. This could be for many reasons. Maybe they found stronger candidates or your application didn't meet all requirements. It's bad, but don't give up. You can always reapply when eligible. Invited for meet and greet. This is another application status you will only see with Qatar. It means the airline wants to meet you in person. This is usually the very first stage of Qatar cabin crew hiring process. I have done a video on what to expect on that day. Make sure to watch it. I will share the link in the description box. If this is your application status, it is very good. It means they're seriously considering you. Dress well and make a great impression. Next we have rejected, failed, unsuccessful, or not progressed. Unfortunately, this means that your application didn't go through. It's obviously bad, but don't let it discourage you. Some airlines let you reapply after a few months. Use this time to improve your CV or interview skills depending on the stage where you were eliminated. Next we have new MBR external or new MBR internal. This is an application status you will see with Qatar, especially if it is your first time applying with them. MBR simply means meets basic requirements, so if you are not invited for the meet and greet, then the next time they will be having assessment events in your country, then definitely you will be shortlisted. Back to the application status. It means you're either a new external candidate, applying from outside the company, or an internal candidate, already working in the company and applying for another role. Good or bad? Neutral. It just identifies your status within the system. Next on our list we have complete. This means your application process is finished. If you haven't received an offer, it likely means they've moved on with other candidates. Good or bad? It depends. If you got the job, great. If not, it might mean rejection. In simpler terms, it means you have reached the final stage of the entire recruitment process, so you can either get the positive or the negative outcome. It is not a guarantee you will receive the offer letter. Some applicants still get eliminated at the final interview. Next we have new application. It means you've started a new application but haven't submitted it yet. Or sometimes it could mean this is your first time applying to that job position. You will see this majorly with Emirates. Is this a good or bad sign? It is neutral. Just make sure you complete and submit it before the deadline. And finally we have duplicate. I have been getting asked this a lot. If you see this on your application status, it means you submitted more than one application for the same job, and the system flagged it. Good or bad? Bad. Many airlines don't like duplicate applications, so always apply only once per opening. And there you have it, every possible job application status explained. Whether you're applying for a cabin crew job or any other role, these statuses work the same way. Before I forget, I have a number of applicants in the comments section asking me how to check the application status. To check your application status, on your profile or account, go to the job page. You will see all the job positions you have applied for with the respective airline, and each job will have a different application status. It's easier to check your application status with Qatar and Emirates. The majority actually asked about Etihad. For Etihad, to see or check your application status, click your name icon. Then there will be a drop-down menu where you will see a number of options including your profile, settings, jobs, and applications. In this case, click the Applications button, and there you will see your application status. Let me know in the comments which status you're currently at or any application status you have come across but I have not mentioned. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more aviation career tips.